Welcome to channel Coins Worth Money. Today in this video I will tell you about 10 rarest and most valuable Canadian pennies which are worth money. Well, Canada may not make pennies anymore, but some are pretty valuable. So hang on to these rare pennies instead of turning them in at the bank. Well, at number 1 is 1936 dot Canadian penny, also known as George 6 cent 1936. Well, it is an extremely rare coin featuring King George 6. This penny was actually struck in 1937, even though the date says 1936. King Edward VIII abdication of the throne to Mary Wallis Simpson in 1936 led Canada to create one of that country's most famous rarities, the 1936 dot cent. There is a crisp dot just under the date on this super rare coin. One example in mint condition was sold for about 402,000 United States dollar in an auction in 2010. Well, at number 2 is 1858 Canadian large cent. Now, this 1858 large cent is one of the rarest Canadian pennies out there, especially in the near mint condition. These older pennies were made in London and therefore they are larger in size than their more modern counterparts, which were made in Canada. Now, one pristine example of 1858 Canadian large cent was sold for more than 21,000 United States dollar in an auction in 2019. So it is a very valuable coin too. Well, at number 3 is 1887 Victoria cent. Now, although 1.5 million 1887 Canadian cents were minted, but they are incredibly rare in near mint condition. Old pennies tend to be more valuable than the newer ones, and if you can find them in great shape with crisp details, then they can be worth a lot. So, an 1887 Canadian penny in excellent shape with Queen Victoria on it was sold for more than 17,000 United States dollar in an auction in 2010. Well, number 4 is 1859 narrow 9 Canadian penny. It is also known as Victoria cent 1859. Now, minting errors are often valuable with any coin, and the 1859 narrow 9 Canadian penny is no exception. The dies for stamping the coin are slightly doubled on the date, except for the number 9. Now, in excellent condition, one 1859 narrow 9 Canadian penny Victoria 1 cent 1859 was sold for over 11,000 US dollar in an auction in 2010. Well, at number 5 is 1953 shoulder fold Canadian penny Elizabeth II 6-piece certified proof-like coin. Now, the 1953 Canadian penny isn't super valuable or rare, but there are some rare variations to watch for. These have to do with the detail on the Queen Elizabeth's dress. If the Queen has a shoulder strap or shoulder fold on her dress, then the penny is rarer, selling for about more than $60 or more depending on the condition. Now, a set of 1953 Canadian coins in proof condition with the shoulder strap on the penny was sold for over 3,200 United States dollar in 2019 auction. Well, at number 6 is 1921 Canadian penny or George 5 specimen cent 1921. Now, even though the Royal Canadian Mint made 7.6 million pennies in 1921, this is one of the rarest penny you are going to find in your Canadian change. There just aren't that many still around, especially in good condition. So they can sell for between a few dollars and more than 1,000, depending on their condition. Now, one very crisp example was sold for almost $2,700 at auction in 2019. Now, the number 7 Canadian coin worth money is 1925 Canadian penny or George 5 cent 1925 MS grade 65 red and brown. Now, with only just over 1 million minted, this is one of the rarest Canadian pennies in terms of its original quantity. Add to that the time that's passed, and they are super hard to find in good shape. Even a worn example is worth a few dollars, but a near mint example sold for almost 2,700 United States dollar in 2019 auction. So look for the crisp details that make it easy to read the small print on the coin. So this 1925 Canadian penny George 5 cent MS65 red and brown coin is very expensive. Now is the number 8. A very valuable and rare coin from Canada is 1955 no shoulder fold Canadian penny or Elizabeth II no shoulder fold cent 1955. Now, although there were more than 56.4 million 1955 Canadian pennies minted, the no shoulder fold version is actually really rare. So grab your magnifying glass and look for that strap or fold on Queen Elizabeth's gown. If it is not there, then it may be worth $125 or more. Now, one such 1955 Queen Elizabeth II no shoulder fold cent was sold for over 1900 US dollar in 2019 auction. Now is the number 9, and this is 1922 Canadian penny or George 5 cent 1922. Now with about 1.2 million minted, this is a rarer penny than the 1921 issue. It is also nearly impossible to find in great condition. Worn coins might sell for about $15, but those with nice details and clear print are worth way more. One such coin of 1922 Canadian penny George 5 cent was sold in 2019 for over $1,900. Well, the number 10 coin is 1940 Newfoundland penny or George 6 specimen cent 1940. Watch for pennies from Newfoundland before it joined Canada in 1949, since these can be valuable. The standard 1940 Canadian penny value isn't super high, since more than 85.7 million were minted that year. The 1940 Newfoundland pennies, however, are harder to find in good condition, and one with beautiful details was sold in 2017 for almost 1,800 United States dollar. So there are a lot of factors that can affect the value of the coins, but certain years of the Canadian pennies are more likely to be valuable. So watch for anything from before 1925 as well as pennies from 1950s. If you have something in great condition, then it is definitely worth looking into it. and store coins carefully to preserve them. If you have Canadian pennies, think twice before turning them into a bank to be melted down. I hope you liked my video. Thank you and subscribe to the channel and do comment.